Episode 14. You are listening to the new Glam Gal podcast, the podcast where style meets confidence. Conquer the frustration of trying on clothes and learn to dress and love the body you are in. There are no size or weight requirements here. I'm your host, Miss J. Join me, won't you? Hey, Glam Gal. By the time you are listening to this podcast, it is officially fall, y'all. And I know that Instagram and Pinterest and your social media will be abuzz with everyone's very curated, very photoshopped photos of them, their children, and their hubby in matching plaid. Aren't you excited? All joking aside, I know that this time of year brings a lot of pressure to go buy a bunch of fall clothing, whether you need them or not. Add to that the pressure for a lot of my clients, the need to buy their children back to school clothing, because after all, it is that time of year. And then now there's the added pressure of social media that you should match your children and essentially go back to school shopping as an adult, because after all, it's fall, y'all. So I want to take the pressure off. You don't have to buy a whole new wardrobe just because it's fall. I used to fall into this trap as well, but I learned a valuable lesson when I was about 15 years old. We were struggling financially, and my mom was a single mom, and she had to buy back-to-school clothes for 3 daughters on one budget. I can't even imagine the stress this put her under every time September rolled around. That year, there just wasn't enough funds. Period, end of story. We had just moved into a new house after having a bout of some precariousness with our living situation. So there really just wasn't any money. It was also my freshman year of high school, so that made it particularly difficult because there was this need to impress. I remember I was at my friend's house, and this boy, who we'll call R, looked down at my shoes and asked me if I was going to get new ones for the new school year. I replied, of course I'm going to get new shoes, knowing full well I was not going to get new shoes. So instead, I applied basically hood techniques to make my shoes look as new as they possibly could. I got new shoelaces. I bleached the living crap out of them. I covered any scuff marks with, good old whiteout, the old-fashioned kind, not the pen kind now, like the real goopy stuff. And I dressed up these shoes to the best of my ability. Somehow, this kid saw past my clever ruse and remarked on the first day of school that my shoes were old and how sad that I could not get new shoes. He's kind of a piece of... And I run into him as an adult, and yeah, not much has changed. He's still kind of douchey. That's besides the point. The year later, I actually worked all summer. I worked my butt off. It was my first official job. My Auntie E got it for me. I worked in essentially insurance, and I was a file clerk. To my little brain, I had made, I think, about $700 that summer, and I was like, whoa. This is amazing. I spent the majority of that on clothing. My Auntie E told me to set up my first bank account and definitely made me put some money away. Thank God for her wisdom. But I did spend probably the most amount of money I'd ever spent on clothing at that time. And I was ecstatic. I was ready to go back to school. I had been really bullied in my freshman year. So I was ready to go back styling Marvin, y'all. Styling. I even remember my outfit. It was an Armani Exchange satin black skirt with a little bit of slit in the thigh. This beautiful Chinese laundry blouse that I got on sale somewhere. I don't even know where I scored this thing. And it was this beautiful aubergine purpley color. And it was this chiffony fabric. And my hair was pixie cut. I looked fly, y'all. I looked fly. Here's the thing. No one really noticed. I I spent all of that time and effort trying so hard to impress R, the douchey one, and a bunch of other people who really didn't take notice. And the kids that I hung out with, they thought I was fly anyway. I mean, I was kind of considered the quote-unquote cool nerd, which I find fascinating. That's a story for a different day. And I learned the lesson as 15, 16-year-old. It really wasn't about the clothes. As much as I love clothing, it was all about my attitude when I put that outfit on in the morning. And then I got to decide whether I was fly or not. I got to decide from that point forward how I would shop during the summer season and what I would pick out for the fall. And somehow I had all this really crazy wisdom as a teenager that I didn't need much to begin a school year. And I adopted a very Audrey Hepburn-esque approach that a few staple items that were well chosen could carry me through the whole school year and pretty much well into the next. It was all about how I chose to mix and match each item. So I offer you the same wisdom. I know that there is a penchant to impress your social media pals, that there's a penchant to impress the mom next door or the church ladies or wherever you gather, Glam Gal. And I know that there's this earnestness about all of the social media marketing that's coming at you that it's fall, y'all. But who cares? You get to decide whether your wardrobe will carry you from one season into the next. You always get to think your own thoughts about your clothing. You don't have to adopt anyone else's. You don't have to give in to marketing gimmicks. And if you really want to rock some plaid, you do you, boo. But like your reasons for doing so. So how does this apply practically? How do we transition from summer into fall without losing our ever-loving minds and buying a bunch of stuff we don't need and probably can't wear because it's probably still too hot? Here's some style advice. Just layer. It's that simple, really. The dress you wore all summer, throw some leggings underneath it, slap a cardigan on, maybe a scarf, and bam, you got a new outfit, boo. Those jeans you wore all summer, yeah, they're still good enough to wear all fall. That cutie little blouse you wore that was very breezy in the summertime, you could stick a long sleeve underneath it. You can wear cardigans, ponchos, jean jackets pretty much year round. You get to decide how you want to layer each piece. It actually can be kind of a fun mix and match game to see what items can carry you as far as possible from one season to the next. Second, I want you to start thinking strategically and shopping intelligently. Invest in base items that are what we call trans-seasonal pieces. These are pieces that will take you from one season into the next. I'll give you an example. I have a little white jean jacket. It's really cute, and yes, I rock that after Labor Day. Sometimes I even wear it to court. I'll dress it up with a nice button-up blouse underneath, some slacks, some really pretty pearls, and bam, I have a really cute outfit. In the evening, I'll still wear the white jacket layered over a dress with some leggings underneath. This is the same white jacket I'll wear to the beach, to Disneyland, or just out with friends. It's such a universal, versatile piece that it has become a wardrobe staple for me. Just like my everyday black cigarette pants that I wear them year round. Nothing's stopping me and nothing should stop you. Who cares if last time you took a fall picture with your pumpkin spice latte, you have the same flannel you rocked last year? Throw a new scarf and some jewelry on it. But remember, you're dressing for you. Who cares if you're going to look like a picture? It's a picture. You're going to look like a picture anyway. So, Glam Gal, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to 1, decide for yourself what you want to buy and why. If you like your reasons, proceed forward, my child. Buy up that flannel and those pumpkin spice lattes. If you're thinking of other people in mind when you go shopping, Work on those thoughts, then go shopping. And last, start thinking about how to shop strategically and intelligently. Buy staple pieces that'll carry you from one season to the next. If you need help with some ideas for trans-seasonal pieces, feel free to sign up for a free style session and we can go over all of my trans-seasonal piece ideas that are individualized for you. All right, let's get it, Glam Gal. Miss J out.